USA 1000.
Hi, I'm Beth Maitland.
And I'm Mike Jarrett. Are you sick of dieting? I bet you are. Well, do you believe that 1 out of every 200 actually get the results they wanted?
Watch Alive and Well, and we're going to put diets on trial. We will challenge Weight Watchers, Pritikin, Diet Center, and Herbalife.
So find out what the verdict is as you join us for the next Alive and Well. We'll be waiting here for you. See you then.
At 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, tomorrow on USA. With hopes that your holidays be decorated with all good things, the USA Network wishes you a very Merry Christmas.
I don't always... Now we've got his and hers.
I like antiques. You know why?
Why?
Because they remind me how young I am. It's the contrast.
Well, your logic is kind of convoluted, but I love it. Don't change it a bit.
I want to set this. What time is it?
Well, it's set already. You don't have to. It's accurate. The jeweler said that.
Oh, the little old jeweler you told me about.
Yeah, that's the one.
Did it cost a lot?
Oh, lots and lots and lots.
Good.
Greedy little thing, aren't you?
Uh-huh. I wish I had someone to show it to.
Well, not only you're greedy, but you're a show-off, too, huh?
I can't help it. It gives me pleasure.
Well, why not show it to Chrissy? Chrissy hasn't seen it.
No,
Hey, Chris,
no. I want to show it to someone important.
Oh, so you're greedy, and you're a show-off, and you're a snob, too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe that's why I love you like I do.
Well, I'm going to go upstairs and make a few calls and find somebody.
So, Gavin, you thought you had me this time, didn't you? But I was just a few steps ahead of you. Like always.
Say, young fellow, aren't you going to get that bus to Los Angeles?
Yeah, I'm going to Los Angeles, yeah,
Well,
sure.
you better get moving, son. That bus is leaving right away.
Well, all right, you find an audience to look at your new watch? You know, the Whitney Theater is vacant now. Maybe we could get enough people in there to see it.
I'm so annoyed. Nobody's home. Doesn't anybody stay at home anymore?
I don't know. Maybe when you don't call them, they're at home.
That's why I loved April Scott. You know, you could call April morning, noon, or night. She would always be there. A woman needs a friend, a confidant.
Yep. Every girl should have one.
Nancy Carr. I didn't call Nancy Carr.
You consider Nancy Carr a close friend and confidant?
Well, she can understudy until April gets back.
I swear, I don't understand how you get by in this world.
Charm. Hello? Nancy, this is Raven Whitney.
Oh, hello, Raven. How are you?
Wonderful.
I'm so glad.
Well, I was just wondering what you and Mike were doing tonight.
Well, right now, Mike is on his way to a conference in Springfield.
Good, so you'll be alone?
Not for long. In a little while, Kelly and I will be leaving. We're going to have dinner at Sid's Tavern.
What a coincidence. You know I was going to be in that area. Look, why don't we meet for a drink? Kelly won't mind, I'm sure, if you don't.
Oh, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Neither will I. Fine, see you there.
I'll be looking forward to it, Nancy. Okay, bye-bye. So, I'll try not to be too long, and I think I should change into something more suitable for Sid's Tavern.
Burlap?
I can't wait to see Nancy's face when she sees this. I love you. I love you.
Don't be late now. You've got to watch, so you've got no excuse.
I'll only be an hour or two.
seem to find...
Sky!
No, wait, there's no need for hysteria. I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just here on a friendly visit.
Friendly burglary. Look, he's got your watch.
So he does. Well, imagine that, the colossal gall. Being here in my house, stealing my jewelry, and you're telling me you're here on a friendly visit? No, listen to me, friend. Your next visit is going to be the police station.
No, I don't have a
Go
weapon.
downstairs and get Spencer. I'll keep an eye on this little squid. Open the watch, Wiley. Let me know what time it is. The police are going to want to know exactly what time this crime was committed.
No, please listen to me, Sky.
I don't want to hear anything from you, you little punk.
No, look, there's no need to get excited. I really don't want anything that belongs to you.
Spencer! Spencer, where are you? Get him!
Well.
I didn't realize what you were so interested in at the time, Gavin. It was this watch, wasn't it? You wanted to hear the little tune it played, didn't you? Well, now it plays a different tune. Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang
Nancy, I hope you don't mind a slight change in plans, but can I meet you over at Sid's place in about an hour? I have an errand to run. I promise not to keep you waiting very long.
Oh, sure, it's okay. What, something at the studio?
No, not the studio. I made an appointment to see Calvin Stoner down at headquarters.
Oh? What about?
About Jim Dietrichson. I just can't believe that this guy's legitimate.
Well, Kelly, I know it seems strange, but I don't think now it's time to make accusations.
Oh, I'm not making any accusations, Nancy. I just want to inform Calvin as to what's been happening. That the guy who's been following Val around for the last several weeks has finally shown his face.
You mean just as a precaution?
Precaution and protection. I strongly feel that this guy is going to try and con Val out of the money that she's supposed to inherit. Nancy, you don't think that Val's going to allow herself to be taken in by this guy, do you?
Well, now, if he is dishonest, as you seem to feel, I don't think it'll be long. He can't fool everybody for that long. Darling, Valerie is a very bright girl. Why don't you leave that up to her?
Oh, I know she's very bright, very. But she's also sentimental about the past and this guy. And I hope that her feelings don't blind her to the truth. Can I drop you off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thought all OJ was the same, never bothered with a name. Then I did a little check, found new Citrus Hill Select. 'Cause my day gets going and my juices get flowing. It's that sunshine taste I can't do without. It's that tingle on the lip, it's that dazzle in the sip. Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing.
What makes Citrus Hill so select? Because from every orange we select, we take the purest, freshest, sweetest tasting part, the heart. That's a taste that's bound to get your juices flowing.
Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing. Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing.
Does a mouthwash have to taste medicine-y to kill germs? We talked to a medicine-y mouthwash user about her mouthwash.
My breath smells like medicine, but it's killed the germs.
What if I told you Scope with T25 is a powerful antiseptic mouthwash?
I don't believe it.
Clinical tests prove it. Watch. Germs in your mouth. Your medicine-y mouthwash here. Scope with T25 here. See? Minty Scope kills just as many germs. Now, would you try Scope for a week?
I don't think it's going to be as effective, but I'll try it. I think I found myself a new mouthwash. Scope tastes minty, and it leaves my breath fresh. And my old mouthwash just left a medicine smell, and everybody knew I had just used mouthwash.
Antiseptic Scope. Leaves breath minty, not medicine-y.
This electronic timer will show how fast Chloraseptic can relieve sore throat pain.
My throat's really red, I'm sure, and it has a raw feeling to it.
Will you try Chloraseptic?
Yes.
Now watch the timer.
Oh, it numbs it. It's fantastic. It's like somebody's coated it with a medication.
With doctor-recommended Chloraseptic, relief is just seconds away.
Mitzi, this thing is bigger than the two of us put together. Maybe we should have listed 3 on the lease.
Right.
Where did you get this grandfather clock anyway?
From my grandfather.
I should have guessed. Does it chime?
Oh, yeah, it's very loud and comforting.
Oh, how nice. Well, let's forget about it now. We can't move it. We'll just have to wait until Cliff or Julius comes by to give it some help. Oh, Mitzi. One more dinosaur in your collection, and we're going to have to move. You certainly do have an interesting collection of things.
Dee Dee, I don't know what the problem is, but I just can't seem to throw anything away. I'm just a saver at heart, I guess.
I've noticed.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's a nice, warm, homey feeling being surrounded by your personal possessions. Even so many personal possessions.
I just hope I can find places for all this stuff.
Oh, don't worry about it. It takes time to get settled in. You can't do everything at once.
Well, luckily, I don't have to work at Sid's tonight. Bobby Gerard's taken over the dinner shift for me.
Terrific. We can get a lot accomplished.
So you're not going anywhere tonight either?
Are you kidding? In the middle of all this? Aha, kitchen stuff.
Hey, guess who I met the other night?
I have no idea unless you tell me.
That policeman friend of yours, Calvin...
Stoner.
Yeah, Stoner. He and his wife were in the restaurant.
Yeah, I've met her. She seems to be a very nice lady.
Did you know she was an actress? I mean, a real actress. Not just a talker, like me. She's a singer, you know.
Yeah, I've heard.
Is there something wrong, Dee Dee?
No, nothing.
You seem depressed. Is it because of me? Dee Dee, do you find me depressing?
Oh, Mitzi, no one could ever accuse you of being depressing.
Oh, I'm glad.
No, I'm just tired, that's all. But then who wouldn't be? Moving is a little like ditch digging. Who is it?
A friend!
Oh.
Well, you're certainly not an enemy.
But this friend bears gifts. Chocolate chip ice cream! Well, don't I get anything? I mean, for bringing over the chocolate chip ice cream?
Dee Dee.
Oh, don't mind me.
Well, just stop by to see how you ladies were adjusting to the transition. I mean, the chaos.
What do you mean, chaos? I have you know we'll be settled in no time. Maybe by December, 1982.
However, I'm sure we could make it a lot sooner if we had some help.
Aha.
Oh, wait a minute, ladies. I lug this stuff up 3 flights of stairs. No way.
A little friendly persuasion. Would you, like me to leave?
At your service. My strength is as the strength of 10. That is, of course, if I can find 9 other guys.
You're a real pal. That over there.
What about this one here?
Let's see, that one. That one goes,
It says kitchen on it.
aha, goes into the kitchen. Is it heavy?
No, I just wish I had those 9 other guys, though. Look, Dee Dee, we got to talk business, okay?
Okay, just as long as it doesn't interfere with your work.
Sure, yeah. It seems that... Where do these go?
Bedroom.
All right. It seems I've gotten a letter from my erstwhile associate, Draper Scott.
Erstwhile? What is erstwhile?
Erstwhile means former.
Well, why didn't you say so?
I will from now on. It seems that, where's this go?
Bedroom.
He and his wife are going to settle permanently in London.
England?
That's where they put it. Seems that he's going to go into practice with his father. So,
What that means, Dee Dee, is that I'm without a partner.
Oh?
Dee Dee, I'd like you to consider changing your status from tenant to associate.
Me? I'm associate partner.
Well, what about it, Dee Dee? We'd make a great team.
Cliff, I don't know what to say. I'm very flattered. But you know, I don't have that much experience. I'm really just beginning my career.
Yeah, I know, but I've seen the way you handle yourself in criminal court, and that's good enough for me.
But, Dee Dee, I thought you were going to switch to corporate law. I mean, that's what Julius wants you to do. You said yourself you'd make a lot more money.
Thanks a lot, Mitzi. You're a great help.
Oh, I'm glad.
The chocolate chip ice cream is melting. Well, what about it, huh? I mean, you don't have to make up your mind right away. I know it's a big decision. You could take 3-4 minutes. Nelson and Bannister. While you're deciding, I'm going to move the grandfather clock. Who's inside here anyway? Your grandfather?
Nelson and Bannister. Bannister and Nelson.
Today's subject is chips.
Chips? I love chips. I've got the fever and the flavor of a Pringles.
The fever
for the flavor of a Pringles.
It's the deep fried taste. It's the crispy crunch. That's Pringles crispy a bunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
It's the deep fried taste.
It's the crispy crunch.
You catch the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
Try today's Pringles.
Eddie Murphy is coming your way in Beverly Hills Cop, and it's the best gift idea going. Take home all the action and all the laughs for only $29.95. Available on video cassette for a limited time only.
How you doing?
Get Beverly Hills Cop at video dealers everywhere. For just $29.95, it's a steal. From Paramount.
Hi, I'm Tom Watson with a tip to take the fear out of sand play. Weaken your grip. Turn your hands counterclockwise and point the left thumb straight down the shaft. This keeps the club face open at impact and gets the ball out consistently. And here's another tip that will help make your golf more enjoyable. Subscribe to Golf Digest. Golf Digest can help any player who wants to get more fun out of golf. Starting with playing editors like Watson and Nicholas who tell you how they play the game. And the teachers at the world-famous Golf Digest instruction schools who show you how you can play better. You'll get features on the Pro Tours, the latest in golf equipment, and the monthly tournament and TV guide.
Order a full year of Golf Digest for only $11.97, more than half off the cover price. And you'll also get free this special booklet, Tom Watson's Putting Secrets, 48 pages of stroke-saving advice. Call toll-free 800-228-8222. Call now, 800-228-8222.
Remember, weaken your grip to strengthen your sand play, and read Golf Digest every month.
Look, Star, would you just not worry about it, okay? I understand, really, I do. It just can't be helped, I know. Look, you just go to New York and you knock them dead, with my blessing. I'm on your side, baby. All right, you call me as soon as you get there, okay? Yeah. Bye.
How's it going, Calvin?
Not too good.
Well, sounds like Star's going to be doing a little bit of traveling.
Yeah, she's on her way to New York. Big audition for a new Broadway musical. Big part, big salary, great opportunity.
Hey, sounds terrific. Or does it?
I'm not sure. Anyway, this producer called once of their first thing in the morning, so she's on her way to the airport. And we were going to have pot roast tonight.
I'm sorry, Calvin. Must have been nice to have her around briefly, anyway.
Yeah, it was.
So you're going to be playing solo again?
Yeah, for a while. Unless she doesn't get this part, then she'll be home for good. Speaking of home, I wish those guys would get through doing whatever they're doing in our office. It's getting to be like a convention up here.
Oh, Damien? Calvin?
Oh, Kelly, there you are.
Hey, good.
I see you. Sit down.
Thank you.
What's on your mind?
A problem, and I need some advice.
Well, you came to the right place. What's up?
A guy named Jim Dietrichson.
Sure, I've heard his name. That's Valerie Bryson's mysterious friend from Lucerne, Switzerland.
Yes. I remember reading all about that.
Well, Jim Dietrichson has suddenly shown up in Monticello. At least it's a guy who claims he's Jim Dietrichson.
I guess what you're after. You want to know how to find out if this guy's for real.
Well, Well, I'm not sure there's too much we can do unless he does something outside the law.
Look, if you can give us a description of some kind, maybe we could pick him up for littering or jaywalking or something.
At the moment, the guy's littering up my life.
Well, in that case...
In that case, we'll just have to see what we can do.
Oh, it sure is good to have you back here again, Bobby. The customers really missed you around this place. Not to mention the management.
Thanks.
Oh, come on now. Cheer up. Look, Bobby, I know you've been through a bad time, and I'm sorry you had to go through it, but it's over now. At least for you. So come on. Put on a glad face. It will all work out.
Sid, have you heard any more about Gavin?
All I know is that Jody Travis is back at home and Gavin is still on the run. Lord knows where. I just hope he has sense enough one day to just walk in.
I hope so, too.
Hi, Bobby. You look wonderful. Oh. There's no need to worry anymore. Everything's fine.
How come?
They gave me a suspended sentence, so I'm not going to jail.
Oh, Gavin, I'm so glad for you. That's wonderful.
You're terrific. I will never forget what you did for me. If it hadn't been for you, I'd probably be dead by now.
Well, I had to save you for Jody, didn't I?
Jody and I aren't together anymore. We're good friends, yeah. But I realize that after what you and I went through,
I hate to interrupt what you're thinking, but we do have customers, and they are screaming for service, so come on, honey, move it. Oh, and go take care of the royalty, will you?
Hi, Mrs. Reed. I'm joining Mrs. Carr. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, how are you, Raymond?
Just wonderful. I'll have a Manhattan, please. I'm sorry, what? Hello? Manhattan on the rocks, stop dreaming. Right. It's just what I gotta do.
It's been a long day. Let's go to bed.
Honey, there's something I'd like you to sleep on tonight.
Oh?
I think we should enroll in Union Fidelity's Guaranteed Life Plus. It's an insurance plan for folks age 45 to 74 that guarantees our acceptance. I called their toll-free number for free information. It came in the mail today.
Sounds great, but we bought life insurance years ago.
Yes, but we both know how the cost of living has gone up since then, and our current insurance may not be enough. They say in this brochure that because of inflation, a $20,000 insurance policy bought 10 years ago is now worth less than $10,000.
I had no idea. But how does this insurance plan help?
It pays top dollar cash benefits over and above our present coverage. And we don't have to take physical exams or answer a single health question to qualify because we can't be turned down for any reason.
That's hard to believe. I mean, I'm over 50. This insurance plan must be very expensive.
Wrong, dear. It's $4.95 a month.
$4.95?
I've compared other plans, and that rate is among the most affordable on the market for this type of protection.
I'll say.
That's a group rate. It won't increase for as long as we keep the coverage.
No physical exam? Nope. Sounds great. Plus, it covers both of us.
Yep, and you know how important that can be for a family. If something should happen to either one of us, that cash would sure be useful in meeting financial commitments like mortgage payments,
monthly bills, final expenses,
completion of the kids' education.
I don't think I have to sleep on this at all. My mind's made up. Let's mail the enrollment form right away, for our sake and theirs.
For $4.95 a month, you too can be protected. If you're age 45 to 74, call this toll-free number today. Call 1-800-USA-1000 and we'll send you a free information kit on this important guaranteed life insurance plan. Call right now, 1-800-USA-1000. Operators are standing by.
You know, Nancy, my life just couldn't be better. It just seems like I've reached peak, and I just stay there.
Well, you certainly look as though you're thriving.
Oh, thank you. I am.
I have experienced a few negative things like the burglaries and Gunther's death, but, you know, I think that wealth sort of breeds that kind of thing, and you just sort of have to accept the trouble along with the territory.
Yes, Raven, I can't help noticing that watch. Is that new?
Yes, it is. It's sort of old and new. It's an antique. Guy just gave it to me today.
Oh, it's just lovely.
Thank you. He's always doing this kind of thing, you know, one thing after another. I never know what to expect.
Oh, it's nice he's like that.
I mean, sometimes I'll see something and I'll just hint, and then the next day I'll wake up and there it is.
Isn't that thoughtful?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Nancy.
Kelly, hi, dear.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting.
No.
Hello, Raven.
Hello, Kelly. Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to intrude on your dinner with Nancy. I'm just going to have my little drink, and then I'm going to go home.
You went to headquarters?
Yes, I talked to Calvin and Damien. They didn't sound very hopeful since I wasn't even able to tell him where he lives.
Oh, my goodness. I forgot to tell you something. You know, when I was over at Valerie's studio this afternoon, that person called and asked if he could see her today. So maybe by now she knows where he can be reached.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, but who are you talking about? I'm just squirming with curiosity.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just something, someone concerning Valerie Bryson.
Oh, Valerie Bryson. You know, she stopped over to see me yesterday. She had proofs that Carlo Crown took before he left. They were fabulous. So anyway, what about Valerie Bryson?
Well, it's about the story that I did about her and the Vietnam War veteran.
Ah, yes, that story was a bit much, I thought. I mean, not your story, the stories that followed it, of course. They were ridiculous, I thought. But, you know, I guess people seem to like that kind of thing. Anyway, poor Valerie, she must be very disappointed. She'll probably never hear from her poor war hero again.
On the contrary, Raven. She has heard from him. Jim Dietrichson's here.
That's not possible.
It's true. Jim Dietrichson is right here in Monticello.
The one thing I hate about playing Rachel on Another World? Working 17 hours a day and missing all the other shows I love. So I've got friends I trust to keep me up to date at Soap Opera Digest. Only Soap Opera Digest has day-by-day synopses of all 19 daytime and primetime soaps. But Soap Opera Digest has even more. You don't just follow the shows you love, you stay ahead of them. Because Soap Opera Digest takes you behind the cameras with the kind of information that nobody but the writers, producers, and stars know. You get sneak peeks and predictions of what's going to happen in future episodes. The stars trust Soap Opera Digest, and so do over 1 million readers. Call now for Soap Opera Digest. You'll love what you've been missing.
Call toll-free 1-800-USA-1000. You'll get 15 issues of Soap Opera Digest, and you can pay 3 easy installments of only $5.99 each. Call now toll-free 1-800-USA-1000. 1-800-USA-1000.
There's nothing like starting at the top, and this next show should be a barn burner with the comedian, actress Whoopi Goldberg.
And it's like, sir, I mean, it's just like, you know, your daughter, you know, or like, you know, just like all the kids, you know, and you see at school, you know, and like you just think, like, they are so dumb.
Then Daniel J. Travanti talks about Hill Street Blues, why it's not real and yet believable. Join us, USA Network, right here.
At 1 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific, tonight. When their parents are killed on the long journey west, 5 orphans must learn to survive in the Wyoming wilderness.
You trusted Pa. I guess we'll have to trust you from now on.
Battling nature
Wow, we never had a show like this back home.
and making new friends.
That's the only sure thing we got.
being you, being a Monroe.
Barbara Hershey and Michael Alexander Jr. star in The Monroes, a frontier family with true grit. Premiering Sunday, January 5th on USA. May the spirit of this season light up your life with joy. Happy holidays from the USA Network.
From Hollywood, almost live.
World of Animals, premiering at 7 p.m. Eastern on USA Monday. This is USA.
I just came to say goodnight, Mr. Whitney.
Good night, Spencer. Have a nice evening. Oh, Spencer,
Yes, sir.
you really haven't had a very nice last few days, have you?
I have no complaints, Mr. Whitney.
Yeah, well, you do strike me as being someone who's good at keeping their complaints to themselves, but I can tell you're upset about that criticism the other day.
You're the employer, sir.
I just wanted you to know how I felt about that Gavin Wiley character.
I know you're upset with me for letting him go, sir. If he'd have had a gun, it would have been a different story.
You know, it's funny, you sort of owe him your job. Yeah, forget it. Forget it.
Yes, sir.
It's just that when he killed Gunther, I didn't just lose a servant. I considered him to be my friend as well.
I understand, Mr. Whitney. The truth is, he was my friend as well.
What do you say?
Not a very close friend, but we got along. I'm sorry I never told you before.
I knew that there was something.
It was some time ago. We were both employed by the same household, Mr. and Mrs. Bowie. We worked there together for almost 3 years.
So that's how you were able to refer to him by his first name when we first talked about him, and you knew that he didn't have a gun.
Well, he didn't have to carry a gun for Mr. Bowie, sir. I did.
So he was the driver and you were the bodyguard, huh?
Yes. Well, anyway, that's why I was so interested in reading about his death.
And that's why you applied for his job.
I hope you don't think there's anything wrong with that, Mr. Whitney.
No.
I just wanted you to know the truth. That's all.
Why didn't you tell me this truth some time ago?
I wasn't really sure how you felt about Gunther, Mr. Whitney.
Well, now you know.
Skylar. Gee, I can't believe this. Are you going somewhere?
I had the evening off, Mrs. Whitney.
Oh, well, don't let me stop you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, Spencer. Why, you look all feverish and flustered and everything. Come on, sit down.
Wait till you hear my news.
Was there a big fur sale someplace?
I told you that I was going to go have a drink with Nancy Carr and show her my new present. And then Kelly McGrath came in and I nearly died when I heard what he told her.
Well, I'll try and keep my equilibrium, tell me.
Skylar, Jim Diedrichson is in Monticello.
Raven, you could not possibly have understood this properly. I'm sure that what happened was Nancy Carr was talking about doing a follow-up to this story, and it was just a mistake.
Well, if you don't believe me, call Kelly McGrath and ask him, or better yet, call Valerie Bryson, because she saw him first.
The only Jim Diedrichson that Valerie Bryson saw was in bandages in Lucerne, Switzerland.
Well, the raps are off, kid, because he's back. And he ain't you, so figure that one out.
All right, I will. Some joker has presented himself to Valerie and said, here I am, your bandaged boyfriend. And, he read about her, the character in the newspaper.
Or he read the Monticello Star about how she inherited all those millions.
Exactly. He said, this is the work of your father.
Well, wouldn't he be afraid of getting caught? You are the original Jim Diedrichson, aren't you?
Well, I'm not actually the original.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, someone else used the name before I did.
Well, that's not uncommon.
What I'm saying is I did not make the character up. See, I needed biography, a personal profile, you might say.
Oh, you mean like a real person, someone you knew?
Well, not exactly. Remember I told you that I worked in Washington and I was a small cog in a big bureaucracy?
You told me that Jefferson Brown worked for Fowler Wilcox in the State Department.
That's right. But I had another job in Washington before that, when I was first out of college in 1973. It was not a very pleasant job, but like they say in the movies, somebody had to do it.
What did you do?
Well, I worked for the Department of Defense. It was shortly after Vietnam, and there were a number of us who were collating records. It was sort of a dead file.
Dead?
Yeah, we were taking care of the records of the MIAs and the people who had been killed in Vietnam and wounded. And I ran across one file that was particularly interesting. I took it home with me, and I never brought it back.
Isn't that illegal?
Yeah, well, nobody seemed to notice. The thing that struck me about this one particular lieutenant who was in the Marine, he had no family. He was quite a bit like me.
A lieutenant? I would expect a general, but not a lieutenant.
Thank you, dear. Well, you see, there wasn't just his war record in this particular file. There also were some personal effects there. His diary was there, and a love letter he had written to his girlfriend in L.A. And I found out that we were interested in a lot of the same things. He was interested in theater. He wanted to make a career out of it. And ballet, poetry, dance. And, like me, he was also strong-minded.
And his name was Jim Diedrichson.
That's right. So this guy who's trying to pass himself off to Valerie is just a fraud.
I don't like it.
Well, honey, it's not your problem.
Your problem is my problem, and I don't like it. And I don't really care about Valerie Bryson, but I would like to protect you, dear.
Well, how are you going to do that? Are you going to go to Valerie to protect her and say this isn't the real guy, he's a fraud, and then tell her how come you're so sure?
Well, we can't very well do that, can we? Perhaps I can find out something myself.
How do you propose doing that?
Carlo Crown's last pictures. I think I'll have to pay a little visit to Valerie Bryson and talk business.
Well, here we are.
So this is home.
Yep, although I feel like the studio's been more my home since I've been in business for myself.
This is really a nice place. It says something about you.
Yeah, that I need dusting.
Thanks for having me back here, Valerie. It's a lot easier to talk here than in the studio. Bare rooms always remind me of... Nothing.
What? Prison camp? The hospital?
On our way over here, I told you I'd be happy to talk about the past. But no war stories. Okay?
Okay. Sit. Just start with when you left the clinic in Lucerne. What did you do? Did you come back to America? Did you stay in Europe?
I went directly back to Dayton. I told you I was a law student there.
You didn't go back to law school. You swore to me that you'd never do that. You said it was going to be the theater or nothing.
Well, I almost settled for nothing. No, I didn't go back to school. I went down to San Diego and I got a job with the theater there. I was a producer and a director and a scenery painter. I'm not with them now, though.
Do you have any plans?
Well, if I did, they're all changed now.
Why?
I think you know why.
Can I get you something?
No, don't trouble.
No, really. I promised you something to eat.
Okay. I'd like a swordfish steak almondy, and potatoes au gratin, and asparagus with hollandaise, and
How could I forget what a gourmet you are? I'm sure there's nothing in my refrigerator, but if it comes in a can.
Comes in a restaurant, I know. Come on. I'll take you there.
Who leaves a shine so shiny you have to ask?
Is it wet?
No, it's dry.
A shine so shiny you have to ask.
Is it wet?
Nope,
Nope, it's dry.
Who leaves the shine without streaking, without rinsing?
So convincing.
Is it wet? Is it dry? You know the answer, you know the guy.
Mr. Clean is the man.
Mr. Clean is the man behind that shine. Is it wet or is it dry?
Everybody's coming to the Johnsons for the holidays. 12 aunts, uncles, and cousins are going to have a real feast. But some will overdo it, whether it's Uncle Harry's heartburn or the twins' upset stomachs.
The one that coats is the only one they need. Pepto-Bismol. As it coats, it relieves heartburn,
Upset stomach and diarrhea.
Pepto-Bismol. For most common stomach discomforts,
Hello, my ragtime gal.
the one that coats is the only one you need.
Today's subject is chips.
Chips? I love chips. I've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
The fever
For the flavor of a Pringles.
It's the deep fried taste. It's the crispy crunch. That's Pringles, please. We need a bunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
It's the deep fried taste.
It's the crispy crunch.
That's the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
Fried Days Pringles.
I'm stirring with biscotti. Uh-oh.
Oh, never mind, Susie. We'll get that stain out.
A-L-L?
ALL can handle all kinds of stains.
How does it work?
All goes straight to the stain to lift it away and get everything clean.
No more biscotti.
Uh-huh.
I still have one in my pocket.
Lift stains away with concentrated ALL.
Well, how'd you like my cooking tonight?
Better than mine.
Come back in the kitchen sometime and I'll teach you a few tricks. Your trick.
What? It's not on the house?
Hey, now wait a minute. He wants free cooking lessons and you want a free meal. Please, don't bring the rest of the boys in, okay?
Pay up, Calvin. Your treat.
Okay.
You know, where I used to work, cops got free meals all the time.
Yeah? Maybe we should have gone there for dinner.
No, you would have had to pay for the bicarbonate after.
And maybe the guy was a cop hater. That's why the meals were free.
Hey, who could hate lovable types like us?
Listen, have either of you lovable types heard anything about Gavin?
No, not actually, Bobby. We just know he's still out there somewhere.
I suppose you've heard that Jody's back.
Yeah, I heard that. I was a little surprised. I thought she wasn't going to come back without him, you know.
Well, she didn't abandon him, if that's what you mean.
What happened? They didn't break up, did they?
No, it's not what they wanted. Jody was caught in the Whitney house, and Gavin got away.
I see. Those two really belong together, don't they?
Yeah. I guess they do. There's something there for you.
Thank you, sir.
Look who's here. Spencer Varney, Whitney's new gun fitter.
Well, why don't you get some fresh air?
Can I get you a drink? Not for me.
Scotch and water, please.
Okay. I can't believe you told him. What made you want to do that?
There's nothing wrong with my knowing Gunther. I should have told him from the beginning.
Did you tell him you also knew me?
Why should I mention you?
Okay, that he doesn't know that we all worked in the same house for Bowie.
I'm sure he doesn't even care, Roxanne.
My name is Nora, and don't you forget it. Now, you may not be able to keep your own secret, Spencer Varney, but you damn well better keep mine.
This electronic timer will show how fast Chloraseptic can relieve sore throat pain.
My throat's really red, I'm sure, and it has a raw feeling to it.
Will you try Chloraseptic?
Yes.
Now watch the timer.
Oh, it numbs it. It's fantastic. It's like somebody's coated it with a medication.
With doctor-recommended Chloraseptic, relief is just seconds away.
Morning, come on and feel it. Feel the lather on your skin. What a great way to begin. And the scent is cool and brisk. No one starts a morning quite like this. Coast picks you up in a special way, like the fresh, clean feeling of a brand new day. Coast, what a great way to begin.
In their quest for a slice of the American dream, some people work hard and long As if putting in extra time at the office could guarantee success at the office. Well, all it guarantees is a cold dinner. Now, the Wall Street Journal certainly isn't opposed to working overtime. They just want to be sure you make it count. So the Journal brings you all this news, all this concise business information, all these useful ideas, just so you can do your job more effectively and more efficiently. Subscribe to the Journal, and working late won't be any more fun, but it might be more rewarding.
Call 800-527-9800 for this new Journal offer. 13 weeks for just $28 with a money-back guarantee. 13 weeks, $28. Phone 800-527-9800 now for the Wall Street Journal.
It might be all right for you to admit you knew Gunther, but if the people I work for found out, well, I'd be looking for a job now, wouldn't I?
Is that why you changed your name? Have the Kavanaughs heard about Roxanne?
They may have. Gunther might have talked about me.
You flatter yourself. If I remember Gunther correctly, he never gave you another thought after that whole
That's a lie. Gunther loved me.
You're fooling yourself, Roxanne.
My name is Nora.
Look, Gunther never cared about anybody but himself.
That's not true. He cared about me. We would have stayed together if I hadn't gotten ill.
Yeah?
We'd be together right now if it wasn't for them, the people who killed him.
Only one person killed him, Roxanne.
Wrong. You don't read the newspapers very carefully, Spencer. There were two of them. One of them shot him. The other let him bleed to death.
So it's true. You're not after this job for the money. You're after a little bit of revenge, aren't you?
Don't be ridiculous, Spencer. This is the best job I've ever had. Mrs. Cavanaugh likes me. She's absolutely thrilled with me. Well, it's true. I'm really doing well.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it.
It's really a happy home, Spencer. Absolutely perfect couple. Couldn't be happier.
That's just eating your heart out, isn't it, Roxanne?
I think people should deserve the happiness they get. But don't worry. It's not going to last for long.
What, the job or the happiness? Now, look, I know you didn't want any advice, just dinner, but I'm going to tell you something anyway. Don't do anything stupid. I mean, don't mess around with these people's lives. Don't put yourself in line for that strange hospital you were in.
Don't you talk to me like that. I am fine. I got a clean bill of health when I left there.
I can see that.
There's nothing wrong with me. But there's going to be a lot wrong with the Kavanaughs when I get through with them.
What do you have in mind?
I don't really know. But I can see a lot of trouble down the road for them. You might say that I'm going to jinx them.
Come in.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay.
Good. Thanks for having me over.
Well, you said you wanted to see the new apartment.
Yeah, right. It's great. Nice place. Where's your roommate?
Oh, Mitzi and Cliff went to a movie.
Oh, that's nice of them. No, that was supposed to mean that it's nice that they're getting along. It's a damn shame when folks don't get along.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the place is real nice, Dee Dee.
Well, as you can see, we're only half moved in.
Hey, a grandfather clock. How about that? You know, I used to be crazy about these things. You don't see too many in apartments. It says 3 o'clock. I got 9:30.
It's Mitzi's clock.
Oh.
So is the doll collection. Something tells me that Mitzi Martin is not your ordinary type of roommate.
I could have told you that right off the bat.
Well, how have you been?
Fine. How are you?
Fine. How's your wife?
She's okay. She's gone off again, you know.
Yeah, I kind of figured that out for myself. Well, can I offer you a cold drink or something?
I don't suppose you'd have beer lying around?
You don't suppose right. But I can offer you some fruit juice or ginger ale.
Either sounds fine.
Okay.
May I,
Sure, go right ahead.
I'm sorry I can't offer you a drink, Calvin, but we haven't stocked our liquor cabinet yet. As a matter of fact, we don't have a liquor cabinet.
Oh, that's quite all right. Star didn't go back on that nightclub tour, you know.
Oh?
No, she went to New York City and auditioned for a big Broadway musical.
Wonderful. I hope she gets it.
Uh-huh.
You don't sound too enthused.
Well, to tell you the truth, Dee Dee, I really don't know how I feel about it. I mean, if she gets it and if it's a hit...
Then you might not see her for a long time, or you might even have to move to New York City.
Oh, I don't think there's much chance of that. This is, good.
Secret recipe. Well, Star wasn't here for very long. You must miss her.
Well, yeah, I guess it's always, you know, it's always tough not seeing the people you care about. I miss seeing you.
Well, you were busy. I was busy.
You still seeing, Julius?
Oh, yes.
Is it, serious with you two?
Calvin, I'm not committed to Julius or to anyone. My one commitment is to my work.
I see. Well, in that case, maybe, I can tear you away from your work long enough to, have dinner with me, maybe, you know, next week or something.
Calvin, how long has Star been gone?
She just left.
And you didn't even wait for her pillow to get cold, did you?
Dee Dee, that's a hell of a thing to say.
Sorry. It just slipped out. But it's the truth, isn't it?
Look, Dee Dee, it's not that I didn't think of seeing you before now.
Right, I know. It's just that your wife was in town, right? That's okay. Don't answer that question, Calvin. Some questions are just too tough to answer.
Yeah, I guess so.
Going so soon?
Yeah, I think it's best. Thanks for, drink. I hope you and Mitzi get along well.
Calvin. I'm sorry. I really shouldn't have said some of the things that I said.
I'm sorry too, Dee Dee.
What a surprise.
Oh, no, don't tell me you're dating Valerie Bryson.
No, actually, she doesn't even know I'm calling on her.
A police raid? Or think you're trying to catch her in the act?
Now, what kind of an act would I catch her in?
I don't know, but I'd hate to speculate. If she's not home, why don't you just break down the door?
Actually, it wasn't that urgent. I just stopped by to talk with her.
About what?
Well, goodbye, Mrs. Whitney. Nice running into you again. Are you going down?
Yes, I am. I heard something very interesting about you.
Oh?
That your last name is really Wilcox.
Who told you that?
Geraldine. Made me very curious. Why don't you use your real name?
I do use my real name. I just don't use my full name.
Why not?
Well, it's a long story. Too long to talk about in an elevator.
Well, I'm not in any hurry, so why don't we go to the friendly neighborhood bar for a drink?
Ooh, sure is stormy. Good day to do the laundry. With me. Snuggle fabric softeners. Snuggly softeners that's really less expensive. Clothes feel so soft. Towels feel fluffy. Everything smells snuggly, fresh as can be. And your whole wash is static-free. love softness, then you'll love me.
Snuggle fabric softener. Snuggly softness that's really less expensive.
These are the amazing Lee press-on nails. They press on in seconds. No glue, no mess. Simply press on Lee Super Stick tabs. Then press on Lee press-on nails. That's all. Easy on, easy off. Use them again and again. They just won't break or split. Polish, and they're nearly impossible to chip. So press on. Lee press-on nails. In natural and glamour lengths and a variety of sizes for a quick, easy fit. Press on.
Hi, I'm Beth Maitland.
And I'm Mike Cherry. Now, suppose you had an illness that offered no hopes of recovery.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could just wish your illness away by picturing yourself well and healthy? Do you believe that?
I do believe it, and you're going to meet Garrett Porter. He did this very thing. He visualized, and he got rid of a brain tumor after a year of creative visualization. He will tell you his story on the next Alive and Well.
At 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, tomorrow on USA. On the next cover story, Ashford and Simpson.
It's just the way they are. I've never seen two people that reflect exactly what they are more than Nick and Val.
They're one of today's hottest musical duos, whose current success grew out of the love they share for one another.
We were really good friends before we really fell in love.
Ashford and Simpson on Cover Story on USA Saturday.
White wine, Irish whiskey.
Thank you.
So I'm very surprised that I didn't know about your father because I used to be in politics.
Oh, really? My father was not a politician.
Well, he worked in Washington. It's the same thing. But anyway, it's sad. He was sick or something?
Well, you might have thought that if you'd seen him a couple of months before he died, but it was not a sickness of the body.
He was insane?
No, it wasn't his mind. His soul, maybe. My father committed suicide because he had been accused of stealing some very sensitive, top-secret government documents.
Your father was a traitor?
No, my father was not a traitor. He never stole anything in his life, believe me. Unfortunately, he decided to take his own life before his innocence could be proven. That's why I've decided not to use my father's name. I'm not ashamed of it. I just thought that it might make things easier if I ran across somebody who could help me.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm sure of my father's innocence. But nobody else seems to care about the truth. I'm the only one who's looking.
What are you looking for? Okay, so you think your father's innocent. Do you know who did it?
Yes, I do. It was a man named Jefferson Brown.
In just a minute, you're going to find out how you can get this terrific alarm clock telephone absolutely free. So stay where you are, then I'll be right back to tell you more.
When you read Time each week, you know more. You understand.
Time flies, and you are there. Time cries, and lets you care. You understand the world we share.
Now Time is offering you more than ever. Order Time right now, and you'll get this terrific alarm clock and push-button telephone in one, free with your paid subscription.
Yes, time brings you closer to living and puts events in sharp review. Time brings it all right home to you.
Each week, Time takes you beyond the news to show you how fascinating the world really is. And now you can get Time for almost half off the cover price. Call 1-800-221-6900 and get 30 issues of Time, payable in 4 easy installments of just $7.49 each. Order now, and you'll also get Time's combination alarm clock telephone, absolutely free. This handsome space saver comes complete with snooze bar and automatic redial. perfect for your desk or bedside. So call 1-800-221-6900 right now.
Throughout your world, throughout your land, time puts it all right in your hand. Read time and understand.
Hi, I'm Jenny, an operator here at Time. Remember, if you call right now, we'll send you Time at almost half off the cover price. And you'll also get free the Time alarm clock telephone with special features like snooze alarm and automatic redial. This offer won't last long, so call now.